Oh, wrong screen.
Wrong screen.
Oh, I already messed it up. There we go. We are live. Hello, everyone. I don't know how many viewers we have. Looks like we have a few waiting.
So, Judah,
One more person. Yes.
it looks like you haven't shaved since you had the child.
Oh, no, I haven't shaved since the quarantine.
I, how long ago was the quarantine?
Um, Actually, I started before. My last shaving was probably in December. No, not December. January. I
So what
did
do you spend like?
I did trim a little because by April I did have some facial hair, but this is pretty much all I can grow. This is it.
Oh my.
That's it. I can't grow a beard.
So you
And yeah.
spend all of 30 cents on shaving accessories. Gotcha.
Actually, yeah, I don't think I've really shaved. I don't think I've really spent anything on razors until last year. So,
Your entire your
for
entire
whatever
decade's
reason,
shave budget is $5.
yeah, for whatever reason, the post office sent like your first razor and kits and stuff for free when I turned like 16.
They did?
And yeah, I don't know why they do, but they do apparently. So I got that razor. I got those razor heads, and I haven't had to buy any until like last year.
Wow.
Also, we have some people in the chat. Oh yeah, it's your boy Fury, subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you, Fury.
I think he said he was going to be missing this one.
I thought so too, but apparently he's still saying hi.
Okay.
And in
Might have just
chat, he's
popped
our
in
he's
to...
our number one. You're our number
Yeah.
one. You know what? Let me rearrange these windows so I can actually stare at chat. Okay. And move OBS to up there. Okay. We're good now. Now I can look directly at you, the viewer. Hi Fury. Hi Present Fox. Thank you for stopping by. Hello, Kyla. Kyle. Yeah. I'm scheduling them for 10 my time, and honestly, I woke up 45 minutes ago at 9:30, so I'm not really prepared for anything. Kaz and Next were way more responsible and up before me.
Oh, I wasn't that responsible. I only knew that today was the stream day because Next said something about it. It's like, oh
True.
yes, that's today, isn't it? Yes, I should probably make myself available.
Yeah, maybe. So we got a question from Present Fox. It's when is the new update? So I have a bunch of I have a new life thing. What would you call it? My life has
You've
been turned
acquired a
completely.
new
Yeah,
life.
my life has been completely turned over this last month because I am now a father, and as of tomorrow, my son will be a month old. So that's fun. That's fun, and I am so tired. And this coffee is what keeps me alive. Um,
President Fox, yeah,
yeah, I was about to say. You want to read it out?
sure. President Fox from Chascasts, Judah, Next, and Cass. You tell me if I should do a new speed run for the new update.
Um, the content hasn't really changed, so unless you want to go fight some um, butterflies, go right ahead.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Some enemy butterflies.
Yeah. So this last update was a big one for. Hold on, scrolling up. Big one graphically. We if you know anything about Unity, Unity has its standard rendering pipeline, and then they have a new, faster universal rendering pipeline that is supposed to help. Uh, that's supposed to help with rendering speed and
Yeah.
all sorts of things like mobile.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
yeah, we recently switched to it, and now everything is bye Fury. Every and everything's kind of a bit more shiny and new now, but we haven't
Mhm.
actually changed much of the content.
Yeah. The 2019 release of Unity for the long-term support recently dropped. Um, the important thing about that is, again, as you mentioned, all the new shader pipeline items. But the most important thing about that is that all those shader pipeline items, a lot of the other new and important technology that they've introduced, like nesting, prefabs, and all that, is considered production ready now and should be getting mostly bug fixes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we're not going to be sticking on the LTS because our networking stack, they since they're using tech, experimental Unity technology, they're going to be upgrading to 2020.1 whenever it
Oh,
gets released.
oh, the tech release?
Yeah. So we're going to be on experimental all the way until this game is done.
There is an advantage to that, at least. The advantage is that Unity recently announced that they will be reducing the release cadence somewhat, so they'll be doing basically a maximum of 2 tech releases per year, which followed by an LTS release, which should mean that things are a lot more stable.
Yeah, hopefully. Um hopefully. Yeah, because look, they just did the LTS release for 2019 in June of 2020. So that's a whole
Yes.
6 months behind when they probably were initially planning to do the LTS release.
They're also running into a lot of competition that's being riled up from Unreal right
Oh
now as
man,
well.
Unreal. Unreal,
It's
it's
Unreal.
so unreal. So anyways, let's answer some questions from the Discord.
Yes, let's. Let me just find the channel
Um
here.
Nicholas asked a while ago, can TwoKinds Online run on a Celeron with 4
Oh
gigabytes of
no.
RAM? My general advice is
Oh no.
no.
It won't run. It might hobble or even crawl, but it's not going to run.
I don't recommend Celerons. As I recommended before, because we're in early alpha, pre-alpha, nothing's optimized, so you're probably gonna want an Intel Core i5 or equivalent, NVIDIA GeForce 1050 or equivalent, 8 gigs of RAM, and that's for like 30 FPS and 720p. So that's not even that
Okay.
good. And this
Um,
last update should help with performance, but it's still not uh, not ready for the lower performing computers. Although this update really did help. I was looking at the same area and it's like 40 FPS difference on my machine, which is probably not the
mhm.
same compared to other people's because my machine's pretty
Oh,
big.
here's
It's
a
got
question for that.
a lot of stuff.
Are you running that out of the from one of the builds you've made, or is it from the actual like editor?
It was the build.
Okay.
It was comparing the then build at the time
Okay.
0.50.7 and then a new
Okay.
test build that was production ready.
Isn't on the editor like slower than the build?
Yes, and that's because of all the
Yeah.
debugging hooks and everything. When we
Not only that, but also the fact that the build will like strip out anything you don't need.
hmm
And President Fox does have a question in the chat. He's asking, I might want to learn the script y'all used to make a Taz mod for the game. And
what's a
I don't think
TAS
you can
mod?
really do.
Oh, that's for
Taz is
speed
tool
running.
assisted. It's a speedrunning thing.
Oh, no, tools are tool assisted because this is an MMO and it's a shared world and we have to deal with the game economy. Tool assisted
Tools
botting is against
verboten.
yeah, against our terms of service.
Do we even have a terms of service?
We do actually, and I need to actually remember to add um, botting tools. Botting is against the rules.
To be fair, I think the terms of service is more of a courtesy document you give to people rather than an actual like binding document.
Yeah, usually they're too long for people to read, anyways.
Well, I think you're referring to the EULA at least.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that the same thing? End user license
No,
agreement.
well, EULA is more like the license for the software, whereas terms of service is like, hey, we'll ban you if you fuck with the game. Good luck.
Yeah,
Which is,
I think we just have a TOS then.
yeah. And yeah. Sorry, President Fox.
Yeah, it's just
If you want,
the nature of an online game.
Fox, if we ever get to the point where we have a dedicated testing environment, like separate production and test servers, you can go right ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Do it in the test server. Do whatever you want in the test server.
Actually, that would be a good idea if you were trying to bot in the test server, because then we would have better ways to detect what you were doing.
Cheating in the test server, all good. Just do whatever you want. It's for testing. On an actual like production people play server, no.
All right. What other questions do we have?
Yeah. We haven't actually had a lot of questions since the last go round. There was a lot of tech discussion because we did have a lot of issues with people running the game.
Oh
But
yeah,
that's
President Fox. This last update saw the pink cube crates, because I forgot a texture. Let me see if I can pull up that screenshot.
yeah.
And then we'll switch to what Next is doing. Where's my OBS? Here we go.
Oh boy.
And, yep. So this screenshot was sent from President Fox. He was asking about the pink cubes. That is because I missed a texture. So with the switch to I can't even think right now. With the switch to the universal rendering pipeline, we had to change all our shaders, which is why I ended up missing some, which is why there's those pink textures right now. Those are fixed, but they won't be released until the next update, so just destroy them on site if you can. But as you can see, if anyone's familiar with the last version, the grass is completely different. The lighting's a little bit different. Overall, I think it looks a lot better, and I have a lot more changes
It runs a
coming.
lot faster. It runs a lot faster. That's the most important thing.
It runs faster. And now we take a look at what Next is doing. Next, what are you doing?
I'm just messing around, to be honest. Trying to
That looks like Maeve.
Yeah, I'm trying to recreate to see if I'm able to recreate them. Like the majority of the characters.
Yeah, I think that is really cool. Do you want to show the other clothing that you've been working on? Well, here's the sweater, Flora sweater that you were working on.
Yeah. Excuse all the mess.
So many
So
layers.
there was that. Yeah, so there was that sweater and this shirt.
Mm-hmm.
With like the iconic pants, I guess. And I'm also working on a maid outfit just because I don't know. I think I was like pinged to this would be really cool to see.
Oh yeah, Tom made that maid sketch for Cat earlier this week.
Yeah. But so far I think I'm like almost done. All I need is like the hair and like final bits of texturing. Because I already have like the male and female versions, and also like the human versions. Also, I just need to rig those and make sure those look good.
Sounds good.
And
Do you have the this made outfit with the textures or
yeah,
yeah? Show everyone. Ah, the face. There we go. Yeah, that's looking good.
it took forever though.
Oh yeah. How do you like making clothing?
It's fun, I
How
guess. Yeah.
it's more challenging than the characters themselves, or are the characters still the
Uh,
challenging part?
the characters are still challenging because you have to like make sure uh that they're like that the topology flows well.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's the same thing with the clothing though, so that it deforms well also.
Yeah.
But the clothing is more funner because you get to like do different styles of clothing.
It's dress up. Who knew dress up would be so fun, right?
Pretty pretty much.
Yeah, so next your models are not in the game just yet, but we're still working on getting the new models in. Starting with
Yeah,
the tiger model.
yeah. I still need to
And then we'll go from
finish
there.
the models. Yeah. Oh yeah. And also sorry for like the terrible quality
Well,
of the video.
we're streaming a stream, so it's good.
Streaming a stream is a stream.
A stream, a
And
stream.
I'm watching that stream.
Oh
So
no.
there goes your bit rate.
Yep, exactly.
All right. Okay. Is there anything we need to show here? I'm switching now to the game. Why are you? Where's? Why? What? Why is
That's
this
a
all
lot of
purple?
pink.
I know. Is it purple or pink or magenta?
I don't know, man. I'm
I
colorblind.
think
Oh
that's
yeah. Why am I asking you every time?
I can sort of see color, but it's like a pinkish magenta purplish
Is that
thing.
the
Bullshit.
fog? It's the fog. The fog's been doing weird things, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Bye bye fog. I don't know. Should I code live on stream? What I'm planning.
that'd be cool.
Okay.
It'd also be cool if the game worked on other people's computers for the editor.
Shh. It works on my machine.
It never works on anyone else's because of bullshit.
I know, I know. Um yeah, so I'm thinking about changing up I'm thinking about changing up how the demo area is and changing it to
Yep.
an ocean with some regular islands instead of the floating islands. Oh,
Just think we
hello,
could.
Karen. Yes, I will code live.
Just think we could finally implement boats.
Yeah. Um, did you know that buoyancy is really hard to program for?
Yeah, I think that's why we need to like not properly program for buoyancy.
Yeah, I was looking at how Sea of Thieves does it. They don't really worry about buoyancy at all. You're actually oh well, except for the boat. So I mean, so if you're in the water, you're just kind of there under the water, and if you're on the water surface, you're just kind of bobbing on the surface. But they don't worry about you floating back up. So
I think that's reasonable unless, for example, we had like a diving suit,
why is this not
like one of the old heavy ass ones.
ooh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, I think implementing boats would be a fun thing.
Why is this not deforming? I thought the point of the terrain was that it's supposed to deform.
I think you have to turn on you have to use a different colored. The terrain can deform, yeah, but you need. I think you need another
Oh,
layer on it.
they changed this since I last used it.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. So I'm thinking like islands and stuff. Anyway, um, so expect big changes in terrain in a little bit, and less fog. We started from a bunch of fog to now we're gonna do very little fog. Um, Also, I'm working on some different water stuff. So for people that didn't know, I'm working on some new water stuff, and it's hidden. Oh, it's hidden underneath. Oh, great. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
working
this is what.
on
Yeah,
some stuff. So, as you can see, this little water square right here is new, and it's just me testing the water, and eventually there's gonna be some pools that you can jump into, so we could
that's
test that.
some really algae-looking water.
Yeah, it's not the best.
Wouldn't want to drink it.
Yeah, it'll
Wait,
it'll look better once we.
your guys' water is not green?
No, it's blue.
It's colorless.
What? No, I dye it blue. It's got to be blue water. Anyways, we have a question from Empire. Last night he was asking, will there be drag and drop features for the inventory by adding to be added later down the line for development? Yes. Inventory management is long overdue. Um, so whenever we get to it, it's going to be inventory drag and drop, sorting, stacking, something to do with containers that you could put stuff in it, and then bank space so you could store your items securely. Um, this week slash month, we're working on some NPC stuff,
Oh.
so I gotta make it so that the NPCs don't wander off too much, have a bit more personality. I want to add humanoid NPCs in the town again that you can interact with, and then paired with that afterwards, probably should do some inventory management, bank space, and maybe start the shop so you can
Okay.
sell stuff and make money.
So, do we even have money in the game right now?
It exists barely.
It
I
exists
want to get
barely.
money because I want to also add I want to add simple instanced living spaces, apartments, so that people start like
Okay.
decorating their things and then start making furniture, and then
Sort of
and then
like
start
the
selling the plots in the town so people can build
so,
in game.
sort of like the Fantasy Star apartments.
Yes, actually. Everybody in Fantasy Star gets a apartment, right? Or do you have to buy it?
I really. Yeah.
Speaking of Fantasy Star Online 2, oh, I love it. The game is so jank, but the combat is like what I want in an MMO.
Have you played Monster Hunter World?
Yeah, I like that too, but the weapons are way too slow.
Yes, that's.
Kaz, remember when we first played when I first played PSO2 with you
Yes.
back in the day? We played that one time and then I stopped.
Yes.
I remember that I went to go chat in English and he said, "Wait, don't do that because you might get banned because it was the Japanese server."
Well, it was the Japanese server, but they were also. Some of the English players were doing things they weren't supposed to be doing. Like moving quest and. Like they somehow managed to move one of the NPCs you walk up to get quests further away behind like a counter or something so you couldn't reach them and talk to them.
How do the players do that?
I don't know, it was exploits. That's what it boils down to.
Of course. All right, do we have any more questions from people? Let me fix this wall. It's not on the camera. Questions. Give us more
I don't
questions.
think there's gonna be a lot of questions. Okay, here's the thing. You know how it's all islands, right?
Yeah.
Actually, President Fox is about to ask a question for next, so we'll take that first.
Oh, good.
Hello. I can't see the Twitch chat.
I'll read it out if it comes in, or when it comes in.
Kaz has a new microphone, and it's very sultry.
Thank you. This is the beautiful Audio-Technica AT2035. And TC President Fox asks, next, what will be the next module you'll work on for the game? Wait, is that a
Either
question for what's
model.
next, or I think he means model.
Uh, I'm. I think I'm gonna be working on the hair and clothing.
Hair and clothing? Okay. Have you done any sort of item models, out of curiosity?
I've done some, but it's
Okay.
like simple stuff, like plates.
Okay.
Actually, I'm just like plates, cups, and signs.
Will the gum be an obtainable item? Gum?
Go,
Oh, that thing I made.
let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, so Tom made a sketch with Flora and bubblegum. So next, or do you have it? Do you have it open? I'm gonna put you on stream.
Not yet.
Then I will find your picture.
And either way, it doesn't have the animation no more. I got rid of it.
Oh, then I got it. The gum is not gonna be an item. But I do want to do an emote for it.
You can't make you can't make it a consumable item?
I mean, not with like the. Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't plan to. That sounds like work. That sounds a lot like. That sounds like a lot more work. Okay, so
Yes, that
here's
sounds
the
like
animation
work.
that Next made. Yeah, so I want you to be able to do like slash gum, and then you could pop a bubble. But that requires some emote stuff because
Work.
for the game we would have to load in the model, make it animate, and then make it go away. Once it's done, it's more than just like play the image. It's got all sorts of setup for the emote.
Well, doing it client side, probably not a problem. Making that go across clients, bit more work.
Next, you're on stream. Do you want me to switch while you're opening
Yeah,
files?
yeah. I'm trying to find the objects that I made.
Was that a hairdryer?
I think so.
Possibly, yeah. I was helping a friend with that. Okay, I found it.
Particles. Hello, OctoPro. If that's even your real name. I know your real name. I don't know if you want me to say it on stream though. Particles. Yeah, hey Carlos. Yeah, it's been a long few months of not seeing anybody. It's been very strange.
Fox, Judah won't be able to see you in Unity unless he hits the play button and he's able to connect to the server.
Oh, I won't be connecting to the server live.
Yes, I'm just saying
I want
that
to
he
see
can't unless.
So next, tell us about this.
Uh, what the rum is called? Or
Oh,
like in the boat.
the Basseton Ale.
Yeah, that's what this is. And in the barrels, I guess more of that stuff. Or I think they had it on the ship, right?
Yeah, they loaded it up.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and this is like the sign from whenever you get to that one town after you get off the boat.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
The town is called Edenmire. Edenmire?
Yeah, that one.
I was gonna say it's called a sign, but Edenmeyer works too.
The town is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Ooh,
just have a
spikes.
bunch of. Yeah,
And present. Yep.
I took inspiration from Animal Crossing, since like they usually have it spiked, so in case like it doesn't, like they don't place it correctly, it still goes through the ground.
Present Fox asks another question. Will we have wearable headsets, which I assume that's headwear?
You mean like actual headsets like this in the game? Mm, I don't know. Maybe in the future.
I
I mean, that's like a costume. So I'm guessing, yeah, it would.
yeah.
Yeah, probably later. We're only gonna mix in so many like present day stuff versus fantasy. But I mean we're adding a hoodie pretty early.
That doesn't work. It's
That doesn't work. Oh God.
you can't put it on the
Oh
hoodie.
yeah, you can't put the
It's
hood
like
up.
stuck.
That's normal.
That's normal.
That's normal for games. Okay, I'm gonna load up this game real quick. Show you some experimental things, like with the ocean. Um, yeah. Oh yeah, with the spikes for the sign. Um, that's
He got it.
that's
I already
good.
got rid of it.
Oh yeah, we that's good because it'll help for with uneven ground. Good to anchor it. So down there's the new experimental water. I'm gonna
Jump in.
adjust it up so we can start looking at it.
Jump in.
Jump in. Oh yeah, what do you think I'm about to do?
I don't know. It looks like you're about to flood the earth.
That's part of it. But yeah, when I'm in the editor, I have the power to manipulate. Let me turn on music. I have the power to manipulate. So one of the things that's not ready is when you could still walk through it, like this. I have to make it so that it detaches. Also, what's with that line? Oh, it looks like it detaches
What line?
eventually. There's a rendering line right in the middle of the screen.
Yeah, I can see that
Also,
too.
I don't have the buoyancy right, which is why the character is just kind of running and floating right on top.
Yeah, maybe we should start with a swim animation.
What's a swim animation? I don't know what you're talking about. Here, let me.
Well, okay. Either you start with a swim animation or you start with a drown animation.
Okay, so buoyancy kind of floats up and then kind of just floats up forever. And then doesn't stick with the surface. So I gotta fix that before the water actually comes to stay. Yeah.
Are you gonna include a ladder so people can climb back up?
Yeah. Well, like I said, I think I'm gonna change it to actual land masses, and instead of floating islands,
Yeah.
maybe intermix with floating islands, so that we can start testing water and boats.
Boats?
I should have hidden a boat somewhere so I could show people.
Yeah. Yeah, you could with the nice thing about changing to islands is that we can also experiment with things like transit and even boat storage and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
It gives a
one of the things I want to work on these next few months are like water because that's fun.
hmm.
Water and boats,
What,
and
yeah.
then of course the NPCs and some other things. Oh
The
no.
ability to sell from a boat inventory might also be nice.
Yeah, there'll be like storage and stuff. So
Assuming the boat can
I
carry
messed up a
much more than a
volume right
single
here.
person.
Let me see if it does what I intended to do. Aha, it does. So I need to change it so that it doesn't collide there, but I now have a volume right here that affects the shading. So it makes it like we're more on fire here. Maybe it's a little far out though. Ooh.
Maybe getting some ash particles there while you're at it.
Yeah, probably. So I'm adjusting that. And then I haven't actually jumped into this, so I'm actually curious what's about to happen. I stand right on it. That's what happens. Working on some underwater effects. I have the color wrong though. Anyways. So yeah, that's just some current experimental stuff. Minus a bunch of code.
So you can move the water and stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
How about you take your character up real high and let them drop?
I have a better idea. Raise the water real
Assuming.
high, and then drop the water level. The buoyancy is real strong.
Yeah. This is like message in a bottle physics right here.
Yep. The buoyancy is real strong, so it's just gonna bounce a bit. Oh yes, I am Jesus because I can walk on virtual water. Trampolines probably not. Or jump pads
I mean,
probably not. Jump
you've already
magic,
got
yes.
you've already got 90% of the trampoline physics.
Yeah, but that's not intentional. This is just me bad at coding buoyancy.
Well, then you take the bad code and move it into a trampoline, then redo the water buoyancy code separately. You get two things of bad code, and you only have to work on one.
I guess. Oh, I'm out of coffee. Let's see what Next is working on. More clothing.
I'm just, yeah. You have a problem with it?
No, clothing's good.
That's what I thought.
Clothing is great. It gives characters personality.
Shut up and stop barking.
Oh, President Fox, when you write module, do you mean model? Like that? Yeah. Module is like things. I don't know how to explain module. You're not stupid, you just don't know how to spell it. And now you do. Yeah, model. Okay. Yeah, so
Uh-oh,
Oh.
rip computer.
what'd you
I clicked the wrong button.
do? Oh. Undo.
Okay, there.
So next, you're currently working on new character models for us.
Yep.
You have mainly the Flora model, but you've also worked on the wolf model, and you're currently in
It's-
progress with humans.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'll show you the human ones then. It's pretty much just using the same head but with like different body.
Well, you know you gotta change the head, right?
Yeah.
Because of the nose and face.
Oh yeah.
So many different character part layers. How do you keep track of it?
That's the secret. I don't.
Oh, it sounds like complete chaos.
It is. But yeah. Yeah, this would be the human character.
The sweater looks good.
Thank you. Oh yeah, it's like still using the other vertex
Oh yeah.
and the Natani.
Well, like I said, you still have to change the face.
Yeah.
pushing the mouth part, make more of a normal nose.
Yep. But other than that, it's on. And make the clothing fit also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the feet and clothing look pretty good. Oh, you still have to adjust the clothing. The legs are hanging out.
Yeah. But other than that, it uses like the same upper torso from like the previous two models.
Mm-hmm.
All it has different is the feet.
Yeah, and that makes it easier for us to reuse different parts of clothing.
Yeah, and it also like somewhat you can create one clothing. Oh wait, that's what you just said. My bad.
Oh yeah, President Fox says, "I like the expression Flora is giving to us, while Next is making the model."
Thank you.
Toes, itty bitty toes that you can snag. I guess you can grab their toes.
Hmm?
Actually, those are pretty detailed toes.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. President Fox was saying all that. It's like it's a joke. His cousin says it
Oh,
to him.
okay.
It's good. All right. If we don't have any more questions, let me double check our roadmap for the game. I think we have to adjust it. So this last week, wrong one. This last week, I was testing some game shop stuff. I was giving away a free character slot for your accounts so that you can have more than one character. Having more than one character is going to be beneficial for when you have alts and you want to share the same bank space or the same housing, because all your characters on the same account will have access to those shared services. So you'll easily be able to transfer items between the characters. So currently on the roadmap, we're working on improved combat, and we're working on improved AI, so the NPCs actually do more. For everything else, we're kind of behind. I was hoping by mid 2020 now to work on magic and towns and player housing. But looks like that's all going to be pushed back later. Roadmap is actually not that far off now that I'm looking at it. It's just everything's taking forever. Anybody have questions for Next? His modeling skills? Oh, you're only supposed to be on one character on your account at a time. And that's because of data saving issues. You might have some things get corrupted. Um, it's just I don't prevent you from logging into your same character on the same account. So just be careful. I'll add that limit later. Talking to you, President Fox. Oh, Next, what are you doing?
I don't know, gravity messed up.
Oh yeah, your two different accounts are fine. Generally, President Fox, generally you're only going to be
What the fuck?
allowed to have your account logged into one place at a time. And you have way too many accounts. Kaz, do you have any questions, comments, concerns?
Not at the moment.
How have you been this last month?
Well, it's been a pandemic, so yes.
Yeah.
And apparently I'm working from home till at least September, so. How about you?
I'm in the same thing. I don't know how long I'm gonna be working from home still. But it seems to be quite a while.
Yeah. I seem to have got most of the issues with the chat servers sorted out, so
Oh, good. I'm ready
that
to
should be
update
hopefully
that.
smooth sailing.
Update that soon. Speaking of updates, I just realized I have a patch for the character chatting stuff.
Okay.
We use
Oh.
Yarn Spinner,
Yeah.
and that has an update.
Oh, there's another thing. One of the features that's going to be on that chat server once it's ready is mail.
Mail? Oh,
Yes.
mail! I'm so excited for that. Players could send messages to each other. Present Fox, I believe there's clothing.
He threw the clothing off the map.
Yeah, do you wanna read that, Kaz?
TC Present Fox says, "Oh my god, I'm embarrassed that my girl character is freaking naked because I don't have my clothes for her because I threw it off the map."
Oh, hi, Mip. Okay, so Present Fox, there is clothing on the map. Somewhere in the middle islands, there's Natani's clothing that you could pick up. You could also craft that island clothing
So,
with some cloth. I don't have a way to actually craft the regular clothing. I need to fix that.
Judah, I have a suggestion.
Yes.
We should probably add a lost and found box and give characters a lost and found storage, and anything that goes flying off the map should probably be jumped in there.
Yeah, but we don't track who last owned it.
That's a good point, but
And right now, anything
I
that falls
imagine-
off is just gone. It's deleted.
you
Although
haven't
we
shown
do,
that.
although part of the inventory. Next, what are you doing?
I don't know. I'm trying this.
So that's also part of the inventory management. We have due to some bugs, you probably have items that were in your inventory that are no longer accessible. So part of the
Right.
banking system is also going to be your
Double
lost and
stacking.
found. Your lost and found in order to find what's locked into your account that you can't access right now.
Mip asks in chat, "You don't track proprietary of items. How are you gonna handle drops from enemies? Everyone can grab whatever."
Mip, you have a good point. When you put it that way, I should be tracking that.
I think there's a couple different ways you could handle it. Judah, there is the Phantasy Star Online method where all item drops are basically instanced to the player,
Mm-hmm.
or you could just have it so that they are actually marked as the corpse or whatever belongs to the person who killed it or person who engaged it first. Though if you do that, that's going to result in some of the old griefing stuff from World of Warcraft coming back, where you'd have a rogue hidden in the showers, like in the shadows, throw a single thrown item at an enemy before someone else hits it to claim it.
Yeah, so we should probably check that. Now that I realize we're not. So so I've thought about it for part of the party system. Parties can do the shared experience, the shared who gets the anyone can loot. Whoever killed it in the party gets the loot. Whoever did the most damage in the party gets the loot. I want to add those settings. I didn't really think about it for anybody for the overworld, but we should probably be tracking who did the most damage. And yes, Mip, I'm embarrassed that I didn't think this deeply about it. I should have thought about it. Ah.
What are you gonna do when there's like a world boss or something? It's like, hey, this guy has 8 million health points. Good luck.
That's when
You and
people just throw fireballs at it until it's dead. Right? Is that how that works? Because right now you can throw unlimited fireballs.
unlimited power. Hmm.
All right, Mip, do you have any more good questions?
Yes, Mep, are you ready to end this man's whole career?
It's like, oh man, I'm confident. I got it all. Yeah, hit me with the question, Present Fox. Well, next is modeling. We need background music for next. Watching as it grows.
Okay, I'll read out Mip's question first. I do have a question. Is the cloth physics handled by Next or Judah? Who should I blame if my clothes starts glitching out?
Me,
Oh no, I was gonna say my fault.
because it's gonna be clipping issues.
Yeah, but what you're doing is gonna be baked into like attached to the character and baked into the animation. Anything
Oh
I do
yeah,
for actual dynamic cloth physics is gonna be my fault, and it's gonna do some really bad clipping, which is probably why we're not doing it. Except for maybe like
So,
tweaks.
I'd
so
recommend
the
just to rig the clothing with bones and just add the dynamic physics onto that.
You, Kaz, read out what Mip said.
Mip says, "You both said me, but I'm the one turning red for the situation."
Mip, we can't see you, so that doesn't count. Present Fox, we'll get to it in a moment.
Yes. President Fox says, "When is the fireball angles gonna be fixed for the terrain you stand on?"
So right now, the fireballs fire at sort of in your direction that you're facing, but it's also kind of delayed. And then it's also gravity affected, so it's immediately going to go like.
Oh no. Oh no, Mip's gonna get the
So
PS2 eye motion camera.
so now that I'm adding some character targeting things, the fireballs are going to fly a bit more, going to fly straighter and probably assist to like what they're targeting. Oh, what did Cass say? Because I was trying to think about explaining and I can't think and talk at the same time. Think and listen and talk
Mip's,
at the same time.
Mip says they're going to go grab the old PS2 eye motion camera.
It's good. I don't know anyone that had those back in the
I
day.
had one, but I used it on the PS3 with Little Big Planet because you could take photos with it for some stupid reason and put them in levels.
That's levels in what for the PS3?
Little Big Planet.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. What TC President Fox is saying is that you stand on a slant and the fireball goes down.
Yeah, the targeting is jank, and I haven't fixed it. Like technically, you're not supposed to be able to PvP right now, but you can with the fireball. So it's just I have a bunch of things I got to do with the magic system and the targeting system.
Yeah, you gotta fix the damage tagging on that so it doesn't hurt people.
Yeah. Oh, Octopro, you got couple for mocap. Don't you use Connect for that, or was like the iToys the first things that you
The
could do for that?
I imagine you could probably do it with the iToys if you want, but the Kinect basically has its own built-in SDK for tracking like limbs and shit, which you can use for a very basic motion capture.
Yeah, I've seen.
I've seen people use those VR uh,
Oh, you're
I
talking
forgot
about
what they're even
the
called.
you're talking about the Open VR base stations and the Open VR tracker
Yeah,
spec.
yeah, I've seen people use those for like motion capture.
Okay. President Fox is mentioning that there could be a dual system.
Yeah, there's gonna be duels, or yeah, the duel system, an arena
Are you gonna
system.
have a wilderness?
Yes, and pretty much anywhere off the main road is gonna be like varying degrees of danger, where you can be bandits or fight more, do more
You know what's
PvP.
gonna happen? You know what's
What?
gonna happen? Someone's gonna be walking down the road, minding their own business. They're gonna look off the side. It's like, hey, is that an item? They'll take 2 steps off the bean press. You came to the wrong neighborhood, motherfucker.
It's not gonna be that bad. But yeah, you go off the main road and you want to take shortcuts and whatever. It's gonna be part of the whole like item, the whole transportation system. Like if you wanna, oh hold on. Doo, doo, doo. Oh, where's OBS?
Just leave like a little string of items going all the way to where you're gonna kill them. It's like 100 gold here, 100 gold there, 100 gold there, 100 gold there, and then murder.
That's the most evilest plan I've heard of.
Oh, of course I didn't actually hide my camera. So oh well.
Yeah, we didn't see anything.
No, at least I muted my microphone. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean, players can probably do like a trail of items off into the wilderness.
Mip has a question. Varied degrees of danger. Like the more evil you are, the more you can get closer to the safe area before you couldn't activate PvP anymore.
Yeah, that sounds good. Mip, you design it. Thank you.
Congratulations, we'll add your name to the credits list.
He already is. That's why on Discord he's the super designer, because he just keeps throwing
Congratulations, we'll
good
add it a
ideas.
second time.
Everything's designed by Mip. Thanks, Mip. uh, yeah, Carlos. I'm thinking about it RuneScape style, although I never played PvP in RuneScape, so I'm just going based off of what I remember
Okay.
and hearsay.
So Mip asks, sorry, not Mip, god damn it. President Fox asks, Judah, is this game gonna be on console, like PS4, Xbox, and Switch? And the immediate answer is, that costs a shitload of money.
Not at the moment. We want to do the piece unless we get money from like Microsoft.
Oh, okay. Here's the thing. In order to get on the PS4, the Xbox, and Switch, the PS4 has requirements that we need to have a legal entity, which Judah doesn't have. I technically have one, but Judah would need one. He needs to have a static IP address, because PS4 requires that in order to get all that stuff done. And then the development kit from the PS4 or the PS5, which is going to be coming next, but I assume they wouldn't give us that because we're not special enough. The PS4 development kit's like, I don't know, $4,000. Then you get the Xbox. The Xbox team's a bit easier to get into. You can just use the regular Xbox as the development kit, so that's easy enough. That's all fine and dandy. The Switch? Oh god, the Switch. The Switch, you have to have a really good looking game. You have to pay the money for the development kit. And your game has to be developed perfectly, because if your stuff like, hey, if your manual is not good enough in the Switch, no, you don't get in. You got to fix up that manual. It has to be picture perfect. If you refer to the word Joy-Con in the game, if it's not properly capitalized, doesn't have that TM symbol, they're not happy with you.
That's way more stuff than I know. Yeah, so we're not doing consoles anytime soon. We're gonna do the PC release first and get out of beta, which who knows when that's gonna happen.
I don't even know if this would work on mobile, to be
Yeah,
honest.
it's not gonna run on mobile for a while.
Dedicated like hardware is having
And then
a
the
hard enough
controls
issue.
are not set for mobile at all.
Okay, on mobile it shouldn't be too bad. we could literally just plug in a goddamn controller to the damn thing.
And then watch all our reviews drop because nobody knows how to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all like stretch goals. Like if we get a good amount of people playing, it's successful, and then we can start looking at other platforms.
Yeah. I don't think mobile's gonna be on the table at all, but console, I think that's doable, but it's going to require like the whole really good setup that say Final Fantasy 14 has, where everything
Hmm.
works nicely on both PC and console.
Well, that's
They
the
have the
goal.
global,
And
yeah, they
then
have things like the global cooldown timers and all that stuff that makes everything work sort of smoothly between them.
yeah, I mean their Final Fantasy 14's controller setup is like the goal that I want for full controller support.
It's the gold standard.
Yeah.
The alternative to that is you'd go the Final Fantasy 11 approach, which was basically it's like, hey nerds, we're on console, but guess what? You got to use this keyboard and mouse. Screw you.
Plug in this keyboard and mouse. I mean, we could do
Which
that
you can
too.
do. The PS4 does support having a. The PS4 supports it. The PS3 supported it. Hell, the PS3 supported it. I remember when Dust 514 came out. I plugged in the old keyboard and mouse and went and killed people because they were all playing on controllers. That game lasted like all of 2 years before it had to be shut down
Yeah,
because they never did anything with it.
that game was not around for long at all.
I don't
And they
even
were
know why
talk
they released it on the PS3 either.
Well, it was only
Yeah.
PS3, and it was like the tie-in
Okay.
with like, oh, here tie-in with Eve.
They said it's like, yes, this console is the only one that can do this. Like, I'm pretty sure my computer could do that, but whatever.
Well, they're talking about
And
consoles, not all platforms.
no, it was like there was something that's like, oh, we can only do this on the PS3. But
Eh.
yeah, and MIP says that the Xbox One does support keyboard and mouse too. They think, which
Okay.
I think that's right.
You're probably right. It's just not all games support the keyboard and mouse.
Yeah. I
All
mean
right.
the Xbox One operating system is literally just a very stripped down version of Hyper-V, which is basically a different version of Windows for running VMs and stuff. Okay.
Ooh.
Octo Pro says he has some printer time free. Do you want me to make your game logo 3D printed for like a table? Hey.
Yeah, I'll talk with you later about that, Carlos.
You,
I actually,
you know,
I'm actually out of time, so we gotta wrap this up now.
but
But
before you wrap it up real quick, the one thing you should do is if you do get that 3D printed logo, get it on a table and get it with like you've seen those like things where it's like they cover the table in like pennies or something and put like a layer of resin over it.
oh yeah, yeah.
That but with the logo.
Ooh, that'd be cool. I wish I had space for that.
Well, I mean, you could just
I have a regular table. Anyways, I gotta wrap up the stream.
Yep.
Thank you everybody for watching. Now I have to go run and do errands for the day. I will be uploading this video probably later today or tomorrow. Yeah. Mip says I just want to finish with some appreciation for Next. Still working while you two talk over. Next is doing good.
Yep.
Everybody cheer for Next. Yay, Next.
Thank you. I needed that to boost. I needed that boost.
Cheer. Okay.
And thank you, Mip. We appreciate you too.
Transition. Okay. Closing up my things. Thank you everybody for watching. Mip says you're pretty good at lying. I think that's to Next, right?
Hmm?
I don't know.
I think that might be pointed at me actually.
Oh, I don't know anymore. Next stream will be happening in about a month for this developer setup. I need to. No, to cast. Oh yeah, it was to cast.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, so we do this stream once a month for the three of us. I might be streaming game development again sometime this month, but probably not. Next game update probably in about a month, depending on what features I can get out. Right now we're there's a lot of stuff that I've been working in the background that still needs to be done. Um, yeah. See everybody around. Bye.
Bye bye.